If a world war starts, we'll see it. Tanks, soldiers, planes, like the history books.
There may be no soldiers at all. Not at first. The first move might be a power grid going dark in 3 cities at once, and nobody will know it was an attack until days later.
A blackout is not a war.
It is, if it was done on purpose, by another country, to break your ability to respond. One of the world's most respected investors, Ray Dalio, who has studied 500 years of history, says we are already inside this kind of war right now. Quiet, spread across many fronts. Not yet fully declared.
That sounds like an exaggeration.
He is not the only one saying it. A 2025 survey of 357 global experts, diplomats, military officers, strategists from 60 countries, found that 40% of them expect a full world war within the next 10 years.
40% is still a minority.
Almost half of those same experts expect nuclear weapons to actually be used somewhere in that time, and nearly half expect a war to be fought partly in space.
In space? That sounds like science fiction.
Every modern military depends on satellites for navigation, communication, and targeting. Blind a country's satellites and you blind its entire military, without firing a single missile at a person. Russia has already destroyed its own old satellites on purpose, just to scatter debris in orbit, debris moving fast enough to destroy anything in its path. It is called denying the orbit. Nobody dies. But the war already started.
So the first battlefield is space.
The second is closer than you think. It is the chip inside your phone. Most advanced computer chips on Earth are made in one place, Taiwan. China considers Taiwan its own territory. The United States depends on Taiwan for the chips inside weapons, cars, hospitals, and banks. 79% of experts who expect a world war believe China will try to take Taiwan by force within 10 years.
And if that happens?
If that happens, it is not just a regional conflict. It is the global supply of advanced technology, cut at the source, overnight.
Why would anyone need to invade? Can't they just stop trading?
They already are starting to. Countries are restricting who can buy advanced chips, who can buy rare metals needed for batteries and weapons, and who can access certain software. No ships are blocked, no soldiers move. But entire industries can be strangled with a signature on a piece of paper.
That still does not sound like a war.
A draft is unlikely in this kind of war. The military does not need millions of soldiers anymore. It needs a small number of people who can fly drones from a screen, write code that breaks enemy systems, and build artificial intelligence that decides who or what gets targeted, faster than any human could decide.
Machines making decisions about who lives?
Already happening in smaller wars today. Drone swarms, hundreds of small machines acting together, are far cheaper than fighter jets, and a country does not need a large army to use them. It needs good engineers and a factory.
So whoever builds the smartest machine wins?
Whoever builds the smartest machine, and survives the part of war most people never think about, the war for what you believe. Fake videos that look completely real. Social media accounts pretending to be ordinary citizens but actually run by a government far away. Their goal is not to win a battle. It is to make you stop trusting your own government, your own neighbors, your own news.
That sounds harder to fight than tanks.
It is. You cannot bomb a rumor. You cannot shoot down a lie that has already convinced 10 million people it is true.
So if there is no clear front line, no draft, no obvious declaration, how would we even know it started?
You might not, for a while. Prices would rise for reasons that sound technical. Certain products would vanish from shelves for reasons blamed on supply issues. Internet outages would be called technical glitches. By the time enough of these moments connect in the public's mind, the war could already be years old.
Then what would force it into the open? What would make it impossible to deny?
A mistake. One satellite struck by accident, read by the other side as an attack. One cyber attack on a power grid that kills people in a hospital relying on electricity. One miscalculation, at machine speed, with no time left to stop and ask if it was a misunderstanding.
And once that happens?
Once that happens, there is no calling it back. The war that took years to notice becomes the war that takes seconds to escalate.